Well, I have some written comments.
Thank you.
I think they've all been covered. These might put them all more succinctly. Primarily, this has been a liberty issue for me, but liberty requires responsibility. And responsibility has a couple of sisters named patriotism and morality. You take one away and it all falls. So it is a moral issue. All law is based off morality. I did want to address a couple of the so-called clergy that came up talking about their own interpretation of the Bible. I came to a saving knowledge of Jesus Christ spring of 2001, around this time of the year in 2001, and I've studied the Bible extensively from that time until now. Read through it over 5 times. Sat under the teaching of probably the best Bible teacher in the country out at Bob Davis out at North Country Chapel. And it's simple. Where the Bible, where Jesus might say, if your eye offends you, you pluck it out. So obviously you take that figuratively. But where the Bible says that homosexuality is sin, that's sin. You can't twist that around. Period. I'm going to read my comments because this is the core, I think. And this was, like I said, this was covered probably 10 times, but let's go over it one more time. There are 2 things I'd like to address before we rush into this decision, and was brought up earlier. And by the way, what's the rush? The first is this. We are considering a criminal penalty for a violation of this ordinance. It seems to me that before passing this ordinance, due consideration should be given to the balancing of our citizen rights and responsibilities against a lifestyle preference. Inevitably, this ordinance will more than likely be used as a sword rather than a shield, and we know this from experience. It's been lots of lawsuits. One of them, by the way, which was ruled in favor of the shop owner in Missoula. Remember, we're making a property and business owner criminally responsible for following their own ideals as to their own property or business. This isn't just a civil right to sue for violation of these provisions, it's criminal. Any grievance between a property or business owner and one from the so-called protected class will be taken as a personal affront by that individual who, in retaliation, would claim to the police alleging discrimination and homophobia. And given that Idaho presently has laws against sodomy, regardless of what a judge from another state may have said, it's still on the books. Should the city not give Idaho state law due consideration, at the very least, wait until after that law has been addressed by the state legislature before considering, let alone enacting this ordinance? The second concern is this. Why is there an exemption for a religious institution, but not for a property or business owner objecting on religious grounds? In our hurry, we are not acting responsibly here. Anyone objecting to repugnant acts on their property will be forced, under color of law, to allow such behavior on their property. For many, the appearance of allowing sodomy and other illegal acts would be nothing less than, and is certainly tantamount to, supporting this lifestyle. These property owners would be forced to litigate their rights. Again, I ask why the council is in such a hurry to pass this now. Would it not be prudent to give appropriate consideration to the many ramifications to our property and business owners, including direct costs to accommodate transsexual restroom facilities and indirect costs to property owners' legal challenges to their property rights? It seems that we're rushing into outlawing certain rights of property and business owners without giving appropriate consideration of the ramifications, alternatives, and other options.